Okay, we're broadcasting live, Taylor. And my name is Jory. I'm a second-year apprentice, local 469, here with Taylor. Taylor, introduce yourself, sir.
Hello, my name is Taylor Starrett. I'm a second-year apprentice working out at Harder, out at Intel.
Hell yeah. And we had done a presentation. Well, you had done a presentation as far as the Apprenticeship Council. And I just want to do some clarification and start this to send out some information for people who may not have been there. So do you mind talking about what it is?
Absolutely. So the idea behind doing this Apprentice Council was inspired by seeing acts of community sprout up in order to reach out and help apprentices that were struggling, such as passing the hat for that guy that was in the car accident and setting up the food bank. I was really proud of that, and it reminded me of the Junior Enlisted Council that we had back when I was active duty Air Force. The Junior Enlisted Council would organize cool stuff that was done specifically for Junior Enlisted. And I think that it would be really neat to see something like that come to the 469 Apprentice Corps, because it was a good opportunity for junior airmen to not only serve their fellow airmen, but learn the fundamentals of organizing large-scale projects and things like that. And I'm trying to pitch something similar to that for apprentices of Local 469.
Sure. So I'll tell you what are some of the concerns that you have gotten in emails so far as far as this council?
So I'd say the primary concern that I've heard so far is that the upper levels of management, whether that's dean at the apprentice hall or the 469 leadership, that they're not going to go for this, that they're not going to find this acceptable. I've actually been working very closely with Dean, and you and I have had some sit-down meetings with him, and this is actually something that he's really excited about. And he has talked to Ricky at the very least, and I think he's talked to Aaron as well. But they are both on board with this. I think that concerns about this being threatening to 469 leadership is born out of confusion of what the purpose of the EAC would be. The EAC is not supposed to be like a political committee. It's not about, getting us more representation or getting us more money or getting us incentive or anything like that. It's about presenting opportunities to apprentices to, one, serve each other, and to get help when they need it, through things like that food drive or, ride shares or babysitting, or even fun stuff like getting tickets to Country Thunder or putting on barbecues or things like that.
Yeah. And when you said Country Thunder, one thing people approached me about was like, I don't know about Country Thunder because not everyone's in the country. But I think they missed the point of what you were saying, is that we could even go to water parks.
Yeah, water parks or football games or basketball games, anything where you're buying tickets or things like that. At a large
scale for a cheaper price, right?
Yeah, most of these organizations, if we approach them and say, hey, I represent, this student council effectively. Most people are familiar with high school student councils. If you approach them, this is effectively a student council. We're trying to purchase 30 tickets. Can you cut us some kind of deal? Most organizations are going to go for that.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate that. And I'm just trying to get clarification, because these are some of the things that you and I both had heard afterwards. And the reason, and someone had also mentioned that it was their idea and they had approached them and people were trying to come up with it. And I wanted to say, like, I don't care whose name's attached to it. I don't care we'll put your name on it type of deal. It doesn't matter whose it was or whose it is. All that matters is that we want as many people as we can involved in this to really plant that seed of brotherhood early.
Yeah, I would say,
I just, if you could elaborate a little more on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that I don't really think that there's anyone's name that's on this. I just happen to be the guy that was up there trying to organize this sort of first round of getting people together to talk about it. I would say after this, it's everybody's show. It is the 469 Apprentice Council. It's not the Apprentice Council that Jory is leading. It's not the Apprentice Council that Taylor is leading. We just happen to do a little bit of legwork to start things off. But once we have election procedures figured out,
well, let me stop
whoever
right there, and I just wanted to let's give a little more information right now as far as the nominations. What are these nominations for, Taylor? These ones that you're telling people to go and nominate guys. What's that for? What are they going to do when they're nominated?
Yeah, so I mean, even nomination is probably not the best word. That was a failing on my part to use that word. It's really just, hey, let's get together some names of guys that are interested in doing something like this. So that way we can sit down and write up some ideas and sort of codify what this will look like, figure out all of those different things. And then once there is a set of ideas about what we want this to be, write that down, bring that to the 469 Apprentice Corps, and then let everybody vote on it. Let everybody figure out what they think. So this is more of just like a drafting phase. I would say that.
And how long do guys have to nominate someone, even themselves? How long do they have?
So I would like to start contacting these people to try and organize a time to sit down and talk about all this by the 1st of April. So I'd say a little over one more week. Try to make sure that you've let me know or you've let everybody know. And either way, we'll probably send out some sort of blast email or have Dean and disseminate through the announcements. Hey, we're going to meet at this time at this place. Anybody that's interested in coming, please show up, and we'd love to hear your input.
Hell yeah. I would like to keep this going to announce stuff like this and see if Dean wouldn't mind approving what's coming through this this means of communication.
And by this,
sure we're not embarrassed.
And by this, you're talking about the podcast, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And just real quick on that, this is just something that me and you just kind of, no one knows about this. We're just doing it. We're just doing it, and it's kind of like one of those things. If someone else wants to jump in here, someone else is good at editing software, go ahead and come in and jump in. We don't want to be the only two voices out there. And that's kind of what the idea of this whole council is. Would that be correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a pipe fitter. I don't have a background in audio production, but I'm sure that there's somebody out there that, either has done some music production or done some, video production that would probably be very, very good at this. It just was sort of an off the dome kind of thing. So yeah, no, if somebody hears this and goes, oh man, I'd really like to get involved in that, please do.
Yeah. Put your email out there for everyone out there who may be having questions or want to reach out in that sense. You mind putting it out there?
Yeah. So my personal email, the one that goes directly to my phone, is taylor.j.starrett. That's taylor.j.STERRETT at gmail.com. But at some point or another, we'll probably put together an EAC email address that will be sort of the main place to go. Just for right now, while we're trying to stitch this all together. If anybody has any thoughts or opinions, they can feel free to get at me either on that email or at my phone number, which is 623-986-9204. I probably won't be able to answer phone calls, but if you don't want to email, you can shoot me a text.
You might get some funny pics now. So,
well, I hope that everyone is professional.
Real quick, I do want to put a request out there for something that kind of jumped out there was carpooling. So not everyone works at Intel or your job site, but a large majority of people are at Intel. So if there's anyone out there who knows how to put together a forum or has an idea how to get a list of names what general area we live in, and what site you work at, so we can kind of limit getting out of that parking lot with a few less cars. And so if anyone has any ideas, please get in contact with Taylor and help us organize that, because everyone has good ideas, but it's all about starting it, and I don't know where to start with that. I don't know how to push that or organize it in any way. So if there's anyone out there that can help us out, and it would be for the betterment of all of us. And any other ideas, anything that would help the apprentices, all of us, let us know, man. Hit up Taylor and just start taking the lead right now. I know we're in the nominations right now, but here's your permission. Come to us with ideas. We're just trying to serve each other. And that's all I got on that.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that there's anything else that I need to add. Again, the idea would be to, by April 1st, get together, everybody that wants to be involved in this drafting of a, finger quotes constitution. We might not even call it that. But drafting this constitution.
Well, yeah, and specifically, we're getting together to discuss all that. This is just the idea you're pitching, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, to discuss what that will end up looking like, and then hopefully have everything mostly ironed out. There will always be adjustments. Things will need to be changed and adjusted, but maybe August 1st, have something to present to the 469 as a whole to say, like, hey, this is what we think. What do you guys think about this? What needs adjustments?
yes.
Hopefully have that ratified by the end of September, and then maybe do our first round of like formal officer nominations, if that's something that we do by October.
Yeah.
October or November, and then by the end of the year of 2019, have a 2020 roadmap put together for all the people that do end up getting elected. Again, if that's the way that this all shakes out, that we have elected officials as opposed to just people that want to be involved, have sort of what we're going to be doing moving forward by December 31st, 2019.
You got it. I like it, Taylor. Well, I think we're good to close this out right now. And before we do, since we're at the end of the podcast, you mind putting your email and phone number one more time for these guys out there so they don't have to go search through the podcast. They'll know what's at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, my phone number is 623-986-9204. And my email is taylor.j.starrett@gmail.com. TAYLOR.j.STERRETT@gmail.com.
Right on. Well, thanks, Taylor. Appreciate you coming on and clarifying and giving your time, brother.
Thank you so much, Jory.
All right. Have a good one, man. I'm going to stop this now.